Verbal on life.
And we're back. What's going on? Welcome to Verbal on Life. You here with Noel?
And I'm Jay Smith.
We're going to talk about who brought back the Takashi back to hip hop. It took one man to do the due diligence and find out how to bring him back and brought him back. None of the A-list rappers or like the top hip hop guy wanted to stand next to Takashi, being a snitch and all of that. So there seems to be like this black cloud. Like none of the radio stations were playing him. Nobody was giving him any light. And I'm talking hip hop because he did become big time in the Spanish market. So what I mean by brought him back is making it more acceptable to stand next to him. Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to say, to be honest, I don't think that this song made it more acceptable to stand next to him at all. Simply because the artist who performed with him, number one, it's well known that he bought that verse. He paid him $1 million. That's number one. Number two, the artist came on the record and said, I don't give a fuck about him, about that snitch. He offered me money, I took it, but I dissed him in his own song. So, the notion that he's being accepted, I don't see it like that myself, because there's a backlash for the guy who performed with him, and he himself is rejecting 6ix9ine. So I don't see anyone yet that has accepted him.
So the man who's doing all the due diligence and trying to make him more acceptable to the general public is none other but Whack 100.
Hey, yo, listen, I see the cat is out the bag. You got the 6ix9ine Kodak joint dropping today. 6ix9ine ain't gonna give a motherfucker explanation, and Yak don't owe a nigga an explanation. I let the world know that I'm doing business with 6ix9ine. And when I do business with a person, I do business. He had a request, and I did what I do. I went out there and fulfilled the request. I made sure both parties was well taken care of. Shout out to Fume Vapes, my business partner in this situation. Shout out to 10K for distributing the situation. Shout out to Atlantic Records for clearing the situation. And y'all stay tuned. Pay attention. Fume, appreciate it. First time I seen a motherfucking check with that many zeros. Yeah. Catch up. West up.
See that's a businessman was able to get. It was more than $1 million actually, and I mean those numbers are just crazy.
No, and I'm pretty sure Kodak is gonna get a certain percentage from the royalties. So whether it's streaming, YouTube, whatever, Kodak is gonna get a piece of that.
That's crazy. And also, that message he put out was right after Boosie Badass made a comment. Boosie Badass posted, "Leave 6ix9ine alone. He's doing what he's supposed to do. There's nothing to say about 6ix9ine. He's doing what he's supposed to do."
Like, because you know what? Listen. It's like I told you. At the end of the day, people staying away from him, but they're gonna see that he's doing his thing. So you see, Boosie, obviously, he's saying, I'm not going to support him. I don't got nothing to say about him. But he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Because he figured out how to make money without the industry backing him, without the radio station backing him. He made it, So my point is that they never gonna support him. They never gonna back him. He's always gonna have to rely on his own, because that's it. That stigma is always gonna hang on him.
Yo, and that's crazy, because that's another thing that's coming up. The fact they're trying to redefine snitching, truth tellers. Because other rappers came out snitching.
Listen. No matter how much they try to redefine it, he's not gonna be able to slip out of that label. And you know why? Because at the end of the day, he joined a gang, and after he joined that gang, the shit hit the fan, he got busted, and he told. So just because, no matter how much people want to say, oh, he had a good reason, he had a good excuse, nope, you never have a good reason, and you never had a good excuse. You made your bed, you lay in it. Oh, when it was time to lay down, you didn't want to. That's it. There's no redefinition that would take that label away from him.
Yo, I mean, a lot of people are trying to say $1 million. Who in the right mind would turn down $1 million for
What?
this?
Man, you know how many people have already turned down yo, mad people have turned down money from him. Mad people. Yo, listen, he offered Dilly the Kid a fat ass check to come on his show. And Doe was like, nah, I'm good, thanks. I'm good. And he's tried really, really hard to get into the radio stations and to get, into DJ Envy to see him and all that. Yo, I'm telling you, he's tried hard and offer a lot of people a lot of money. And everybody be like, sorry, I'm good. So that $1 million, a lot of people ain't trying to take it, man.
What's your prediction? You think this is as far as you're gonna get? I mean, what? How do you see this? I mean, what I'm hearing from
listen,
you is that nobody's gonna mess with him.
listen. He's going to find a public. I believe that he has a public. He has a fan base. So I think that he'll be able to maintain his fan base and even grow it. What I'm saying is that the artists, the industry, mainstream media is not going to support him. Like, he's done. That's it. He's blacklisted, and I just don't see it. I don't see no way out of it.
Well,
We won't be seeing 6ix9ine in a red carpet, in an award show, being invited to this. We're not gonna see none of that shit.
all right. Well, my prediction is that when money talks, bullshit runs a marathon. Like, this man is a genius when it comes to putting this together. I mean, he didn't even write this song. Somebody else wrote it, and he just rapped on it and blew it up. I mean, what's up with that mop? Why would you have a mop on a video? I got to figure out what clues is he
Man,
dropping.
listen, I'm gonna tell you something. And this could sound like maybe not, but there's a very good possibility that they were actually cleaning that area. And when they did the scene, they forgot that. Oh, no. They're using that as a prop, actually.
Right, like he's trying to say something. Like, is he cleaning up the place? Is he mopping the other rappers out the way? Like, there's clues right there.
I mean,
Like,
I
what
don't
is he
know.
trying to say?
I don't think now. I think you're reading too much into it. I think
Yeah,
it's just
because another thing somebody said was that Kodak looked like disinterested. He doesn't even look at the camera, so he might have been doing it like out of spite or not really wanting to be there because he wasn't agreeing with 6ix9ine, like what you said. The
it's
fact that
not
he's a
that. It's not, yo, I'm telling you, immediately after the video came out, Kodak Black posted some shit like, "Yeah, the snitch offered me cheese and I took it." Blah blah blah. Yo, listen. In his verse,
Black
he
100.
listen. In his verse, he dissed 6ix9ine so badly that his engineer asked him to take a piece out. He had to take a part out because basically his verse was eating 6ix9ine, like chewing him apart. So
Right. He says, "I'm so
clearly,
far, I'm getting cheese from a
clearly
rat."
he wanted to let people know, yo, I took this nigga's money, but I don't give a fuck about him.
Yo, he dropped it. He said, "I'm so raw. I'm taking cheese from a rat. Like, taking money from a rat." Yo, this man is a lyrical genius. And look at the vaping company that paid him all that money.
Yeah.
Be honest. But I mean,
To be honest, look, I don't think the vaping company gave him all the money, but they probably gave him a nice chunk. But I don't think they gave him all of it. They got they got money coming from different places. So
at the end of the day, yeah, like making a song costs millions, right? Just making. I'm talking about producers, paying the rappers, paying everything. But on top of that, Kodak Black $2 million. Those are not regular money that for features.
listen. The song got to 5 million views within hours. Within hours. So
Then
listen, if we talk about the streaming, Spotify, the YouTube, they already made that money back. They already made that money back, and they're already adding money to the bank account. So, that 2 mil is light.
well, WAC 100, shout out to you for putting that together.
In reality, shout out to 6ix9ine because that was his idea. He made the request, and Whack 100, followed through. But it's not like Whack had that idea, so let me do this. He just followed through with what his client wanted, because he's 6ix9ine's manager, right?
Yeah, he turned into 6ix9ine manager, and he says, whatever you need, whatever you want, I'll make it happen.
No, he's been his manager for a while.
Because you know how a lot of people say, I could do this for you, could do that for you. Whack 100 was able to put it together. Like, to find a rapper, a A-list rapper. He's not a regular rapper. This man is on the top of the list, to perform next to him.
Now, but let me tell you something. This is one thing that you have got to consider, right? 6ix9ine did a song with one of the best rappers out, the hottest rappers out, right? And the song is fire, Noel. There's no arguing about that, right? The song is fire. The hook is fire. The video is fire. So think about this. I still haven't heard that shit played in Hot 97 or
No, it hasn't.
in radio stations. So guess what? That right there tells you everything you need to know, my brother. This is probably this is the hottest song I heard in a while. This right now, if it wasn't because 6ix9ine was blacklisted, this would be number one on every single chart, and it would be playing nonstop on every single radio station on loop.
Yo, you're right. I looked it up. I tried to look up the radio station, and nobody talks about it. Like, it doesn't even exist. So, you know what?
No, look, that's what I was gonna tell you. You got to it before me, but I was gonna say that not only are they not giving it play, they're not even talking about it. So they're not even saying, "Yo, this dude did a song with this dude," and nope, it's like it don't exist. That's how they treat it.
But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it time, because next week is the Billboards. So next week, let's see if they talk about this song, which ranked up to like number 2 in trending. Drake was number 3 in trending. Some song he had, which was boring, and
Listen,
this was number 2. So
by next week, this song might even be number 1.
if it hits the Billboard, I want to see how can you avoid a good hip hop song in
No.
a hip hop radio.
The thing is, listen, if it hits the Billboard, what they're gonna do is that they're just gonna mention it, and that's it. So they'll be talking about it, the artists and everything, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Kodak and 6ix9ine, they on number 3 with Shakalaka, and then number 2, this person did this and this many record." And they're gonna elaborate on that shit. They're just gonna mention it, like, "Oh yeah, this one is number 2," and keep it moving.
All right, that's your prediction. My prediction is I'm gonna still stay quiet, and let's see if Whack 100 is able to work some magic to get it played on the radio, because nobody's talking about it. And it's like, how can you avoid a top hit?
Listen. Noel, the song is absolutely crushing in certain platforms, right, where it's available. If it has not played on the radio, you should already know that everybody already shut that phone down on Whack 100. Like, my dude, don't call me no more. Yo, but this shit got millions of you. Shut the fuck up and don't ever call for that nigga. That's how it's going down. Like, yo, Whack already made those phone calls, and ain't nobody fuck with it.
All right. We're going to save these predictions. And my opinion is, when money talk, bullshit runs a marathon. It's all about eyeballs, and nobody's getting more eyeballs right now than 6ix9ine. Everybody else is putting out boring music. This music is off the chain. And let's see when it hits the Billboard what they're going to say. If they don't say nothing, then you know what? Jay was 100% right. And, the trash talking Jay, he figured it out. And shout out to Jazz Ray. And he says it will only be high because his featured rapper, because of Kodak Black.
That's true. He got Kodak Black on there. But again, it's like I told you, the song is mad hot. The hook, the verses, the beat is fire, and not a single radio station is playing it. Right there, that nobody's fucking with him. That's it. Like, I don't need to even see no further. Right now, they're telling us we not fucking with it. No matter how hot you make it, we still ain't fucking with it.
And you know what 100 said? I'm gonna say this last piece. 100 was on a podcast saying that the industry is moving, that it used to be 60% street, 40% industry. But the industry, I mean, music is moving away from the street, where it's more 80% industry, 20% street, where they pay more attention to the industry and they don't care about the streets. So
Listen, it's like I told you. At the end of the day, once you blacklisted, that's it. You ain't gonna get out of that because all those changes that Wack is talking about, it still doesn't change the big bosses on top and the principle. And that list, yo, new bosses could come in, old bosses could move out. That list is still sitting right there. And the new one's gonna come in and open and be like, oh, big buddies in here? Nah, he ain't getting on. That's
all right,
it.
so happy Tuesday, everybody. We're not gonna talk about 6ix9ine. We're gonna that's say he doesn't exist unless he blows up with another rapper like a Drake. If I see 6ix9ine standing next to Drake, I'm sorry, I gotta have to do a review of that. Of another top artist where it's like unexpected. Otherwise, it's gone.
And guys, please don't forget, go to Verbal on Life on YouTube, click on that subscribe button, and if you see a video that you enjoy, click on that like button. Don't hesitate. Don't be shy.
All right. See you guys on the next one.
Verbal on life.
Yo, Takashi's on that blacklist forever. He ain't never getting out.
He's blowing up, man. The man's a genius.